Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Drop the Mic, so no longer Music Monday necessarily. Pretty much what that means is anytime I want to talk about something music related and I want to post a video, I'm just going to do that, and it's not always going to be on a Monday. And speaking of that, SWV, which is probably, since I've been doing these videos, the most talked about artist that I've done in my videos, and it kind of just happened by default. It just seems like, ever since they started the reality show and they came back with their previous album, I Missed Us, they just had a lot of things going on that I felt like were worthy to talk about, especially from them being one of the many groups or artists, period, of the 90s who have now come back and they're essentially trying to find their space again in the music industry. So, I've gotten a lot of flack from some of the reviews and things that I've said about SWV. I didn't realize they had such diehard fans. I mean, I knew they sold millions of records, but yeesh, some of y'all are really, really gung-ho about SWV. But I will say, I did get a chance to listen to their new CD, Still, which came out this past Friday, and which is sad for them because the CD actually leaked. So I actually heard the CD that Wednesday before, because it leaked and all the tracks are the same. Matter of fact, I have the Target version, which has some reworked versions of Weak and I'm So Into You, and I think Anything. I can't remember for sure. Right here. And so the leaked version that I have has two other tracks that aren't on the album, which are pretty good too. But it just goes to show how things are going in the music business now. Rihanna's album Anti also was leaked, so of course that cuts into sales. So not quite sure how SWV will do sales wise, but at this point they've already proven themselves. They've already sold millions of records, and here are my quick thoughts about the CD. Now, I will say, before you all start getting ready to throw things at the screen, I do like this CD. I like it way better than the last one, I Missed Us. I feel like this one is more mature. They're really staying in their own lane. They weren't trying to do things that were too pop or something that sounded outdated. It's just good R&B music. I mean, it's just an R&B album, I feel like, from top to bottom. Some of the songs I do feel like they could have been better produced. Even some of the lyrics could have stood to be a little better crafted, I guess you could say. But some of the standout tracks I say on the album, MCE, the Man Crush Everyday song, that's a really kind of classic, I'll say, SWV song. It's really nice. Nothing bad to say about that particular track. And unlike most CDs where they kind of put the best songs, I would say, towards the beginning or even the middle, SWV seemed to have saved the best tracks on this album towards the end. Some of my favorites on here are When Love Didn't Hurt, which actually that's probably my favorite song, period, on this CD. So hopefully that one gets released as a single. What We Gonna Do, Leaving You Alone is a nice song. Miss You is a nice song. On Tonight is an upbeat kind of song. Some kind of way, it comes off a little bit cheesy to me. I mean, it's not that great. It's all right, but they did keep it simple. I always say this a lot. You don't need a whole lot of tracks to have a good CD. So the whole thing is 10 tracks and then plus the 3 bonus tracks that are reworked. And I will say this about SWV is that the one great thing about them is that they can actually sing. A lot of artists that are out now, they can sing maybe on a studio track, but when you hear them live, they don't sound the same. And the bonus songs that SWV has on this CD are live versions of some of their biggest hits. So they go through Right Here, and then they go into I'm So Into You, and it's really only snippets of those songs. They maybe only play about 2 minutes of it. But then there's this 5 or 6 minute version of Weak, and they sound just as good now as they did, I guess it would be, about 25 years ago that they came out, 23 years ago, somewhere around there. So I want to get you all's thoughts on it, and I'm sure I've surprised a lot of you because I think you probably expected me to rip this CD up, but I did not, and I'll say that this definitely moves closer in the direction of classic SWV that I think we all know and love. It's better than the I Missed Us album. It's not maybe as good as some of their first records, but it's still a very good record, especially to say for a group that's been out for so many years. Also, speaking of veteran groups and Kickstarter, so TLC's done a Kickstarter, De La Soul has done a Kickstarter. Both of them have been hugely successful. So now Naughty by Nature is joining in on the fun. They have a Kickstarter where they're trying to raise $100,000 to finance or get fans to join in, whatever you want to call it, an EP. Not a CD, but an EP. For those of you who may not know what an EP is, I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence, but just to give you the scope of what this is. An EP usually has about 5 or 6 tracks. Extended play is what it stands for. So it's not usually a full-length album. So they're asking for a Kickstarter for an EP. I mean, there's like independent artists that have EP out. Something about this just really gets on my nerves. I'd like Naughty by Nature, don't get me wrong. I may even support the Kickstarter. They have all these different tiers, and the tiers don't really seem to coincide with each other, or they don't really go in a chronological order. But to kind of sum it up, for $15, you can get the digital download of the EP. And then for $40, you can get a signed version of it, and then the digital download, and I think a couple other things. And then for, I think it's $1,000, you get to go to their listening party. You can get Naughty by Nature leather jackets, T-shirts, and then all this memorabilia that apparently the group has been holding on to for years. So it's just one-of-a-kind thing. So, I mean, in a way, I think that's cool. I think Naughty by Nature is a very relevant group. They are a very historic group in hip-hop, and I don't think they really get the props they deserve. What a lot of people don't know is they won the first Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. So now you have all these people like, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, even Tupac, Biggie, all these people that they help open the door for when it comes to that category, when it comes to being recognized in the Grammys. So you can't take that away from them. They were the first to win that award, and that's something that they'll always have, that they can, say that they contributed to history. But I don't know if I'm really up for paying, possibly $30, $40, and then all you're going to give me is 6 songs back. I mean, come on, can you give me like 4 more songs? At least make it 10, So, and then the deadline. I forgot what the deadline is for this. But they may want to take some notes from TLC and De La Soul. Both groups said that they were going to have the CDs to us in September, which for some reason De La Soul has not gotten any flack whatsoever for their delay of their album, but TLC has. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But, when I saw that date, I kind of thought, okay, they're not going to have a CD out there soon. But don't have people's hopes up. I think for people that really know these groups and really follow and love them, you knew you weren't going to get the CD in September last year. But, you kind of were hoping like January 1st. Now here we are, February, and still don't have a CD. So, TLC, I really do love y'all, but yeah, y'all need to do better. De La Soul, too. So hopefully Naughty by Nature, they have a realistic timeline, because I think that could impact the way people contribute to Kickstarters going forward. And I did a Kickstarter for my novel. I think it's a great thing. I think even beyond the music industry, it's a great thing. But some of the hesitation, I think, for people contributing to it is that, okay, am I really going to get the product when I say, or when the person says that they're going to send it out, or not? So anyway, that pretty much sums it up. SWV, Naughty by Nature, the 90s is making a comeback. So let me know what your thoughts are about the new SWV album Still, and if you will be contributing to Naughty by Nature's 25-year celebration through their Kickstarter with a new EP. All right, so thanks to everyone for tuning in, and I will see you all, well, I'll see you when I see you. I usually say in 2 weeks, but hey, might get a video tomorrow, who knows. But see you till next time.